Hey there, my name is Donny Woligroski. I'm the marketing manager for consumer processors at AMD, so Ryzen Consumer Processors. We're going to talk to you about, there's a lot of hardware we launched at Computex this year. So starting with desktops. So this here is our new highest end consumer desktop processor, the Ryzen 9 9950X. This is 16 cores, 32 threads, 170 watt TDP, but the new Zen 5 architecture, so it's about 16% IPC, or instructions per clock, improvement over last gen, and that's a big improvement. This is a very significant upgrade from an IPC standpoint. This is also more efficient because it's on a smaller process node, and so the beauty of that is it's allowed us to lower the TDPs instead of increase them on our lower end models. So by that I mean we use less power, and in the past we've had 12 cores that were 170 watt. We dropped that to 120. We've had 8 cores and 6 cores at 105 watt. We dropped those to 65 watts. You still, of course, could overclock those, use PBO or Precision Boost Overdrive with one-click overclocking, but the point is, not only have we increased performance, we have also increased efficiency, and that's a really good place to be. This is probably not a great demo for a camera. This is just running an LLM on the graphics card here. From our perspective, the Ryzen 9000 series is probably the best consumer platform for running content creation AI models, in that we have more PCIe bandwidth between graphics cards if you have multiple cards, because of our platform, the way we've designed it. And also our new Zen 5 cores have AVX 512 acceleration, VNNI, which are very useful for AI acceleration. So you can run large language models right on the CPU. You don't have to run it on the graphics card. The cool part about that is that a lot of these larger models are, the barrier is how much memory you have. And if you're using the CPU memory, you can have a couple hundred gigabytes on there. So whereas if you were going to buy graphics cards, that would be tens of thousands of dollars of graphics cards, and you'd have to have a rack with a ton of them. So that's one of the benefits. Here we have a cool demo on a Ryzen 9900X. So this is our 12-core processor, 24 threads, and this is just a cool use case for AI, where you can draw something rudimentary and have a computer. Let's draw a man on a bicycle, which I'm not a professional artist, believe it or not. So we got that, and we do this, and if I put in the prompt, a man on a bicycle, and press start, it makes a man on a bicycle. It tries to fit it to my rudimentary draw, which is really cool. And yeah, you can do some nifty stuff with it. Here we have the Ryzen 9900X again. This one is just showing off game performance with a Radeon 7900 XTX. These, because of the 16% IPC increase, we have better latency, so these are better gaming chips than last gen. X3D is still extremely powerful, and we'll eke these out. A 7000 X3D would be the fastest gaming solution we have now, but these are very close, very powerful gaming systems. And over here we've got the 8-core Ryzen 7 9700X. Once again, this simple 65 watt, very efficient, and just a very powerful gaming system. I wish there was a more interesting thing to see here, but probably don't have a lot of control over what's going on. There you go. So that's the desktop side. That's what we have to show you guys. And let's move on to laptops now.
Before this AI, when you have a lot of...
All right, so the news here when it comes to mobile is the new Ryzen AI 300 series. So we have an all new brand. Used to be just Ryzen maybe 8,000 series or 7,000 series. Because this is such a massive leap forward in mobile chips from an AMD perspective, it deserved a new brand, and it deserves. I mean, you know, you come across some launches that are more impactful than others, and this is, since I've been working at AMD and I've been here a long time, this is, for me, one of the most impressive products we've ever launched. In that, for the first time, we have an NPU. It's a new processing resource, neural processing unit specifically for AI workloads on the go. And our NPU happens to be the most powerful. So we can produce 50 TOPS, or trillions of operations per second, on the NPU alone. The NPU is a brand new resource. We still have a CPU, and we still have graphics or a GPU. On the CPU side, we have increased the number of cores from 8 to 12. So that's 50% more cores. So if you're doing any content creation, if you're someone who's doing multitasking, that's a huge leap in performance. On the graphics side, we already had the fastest built-in graphics. We had 12 CUs, or compute units, of graphics power. We've increased that by 33%. So that is now 16 CUs of graphics power. So in every measurable way, even if there was no NPU, even if this wasn't an AI-powered laptop, which it is, it's very impressive, the leap forward that these represent in power, performance, efficiency, and of course AI. And so here we have a couple of the first platforms we're going to see with these new processors. ASUS is a very fast partner of ours to get these to market, so these will be showing up next month, as early as next month. Here we've got, I believe these are the ZenBook, this one here.
That's 16.
Yep, yep. So 16 inch, extremely light. Like, it's just, oh. This is actually the one I want. And once again, I mean, it's not a gaming notebook, but you can play games on it. The graphics are that powerful. It's got plenty of power for content creation, and it's so light. It's just a lovely laptop. And here's the VivoBook, a similar form factor. Same deal. Another great thin and light. You know, honestly, I think that's a ZenBook move. Yeah, these are both ZenBooks. Pardon me.
All right.
Yeah, and these are VivoBooks. Yes, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Same story. Whereas the ZenBook is probably more of a, you know, a higher end content creator sort of market. The VivoBooks are almost every bit as nice from my perspective. And here we've got a VivoBook with integrated graphics playing a pretty game. I'm just gonna hook up my thing here. my controller doesn't want to hook up, but oh, there we go. Finally, yeah. So, great gaming experience. This is obviously an integrated graphics getting ported to a television, and you can see very, very playable, very fluid, even though it's not a gaming notebook. And then we have some MSI models as well, but the same similar story. These tend to be 16-inch notebooks, thin and light, all that great high performance, a lot of really impressive specs, 32 gigs of RAM in a lot of these. Some of them have 2 terabytes of...
And these are the business ones as well.
Yes, exactly. You've got the Prestige, the Summit, and then we have an Acer as well, the Acer Swift. And so, I guess just to put the bottom line on that, I mean, I'm sure it's been obvious that I'm very excited about these laptop processors, and I think there's good reason to be excited about them. I'm very, very excited to see what happens when reviewers get their hands on them and can play around with them. So,
cool.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.